So hi, Internet. We're over there. I'm looking over here. We haven't done this. We've been talking about it for a long time.
It's been a couple months, if not longer.
So we said we were going to do an It Builds character live at GenCon, and we're making it actually happen.
We're here.
This
is amazing.
Jordan is very tired. He is like, this is delaying his nap.
Yeah. I made the mistake of getting up early, and then I had 2 beers for lunch. And so, and I'm also an old man. I'm very old.
So that all of those things are contributing to this. So if he starts dozing, just yell at him in the chat and we'll wake him up. But yeah, I mean, this is It Builds character. We're going to do Mr. Wednesday from American Gods. We're going to switch over to D&D Beyond here in a bit and build them. As per all It Builds character, though, standard array stats, level 12 is the level we're going to build at.
Okay.
And we'll try to stay within the base rules as best we can. Obviously, when you're building a character of immense power, as a god,
he is Odin.
You need
spoilers to the book.
Yeah, I was gonna say spoilers is the book in the show. You need to take some liberties here. So we'll do our best to build them as best we think we can, and then we'll augment with magic items and certain things. You just need to be like, okay, he has this.
Yeah.
Like I built Iron Man.
Yeah.
He has this now.
Okay.
It's just kind of how it is. But we'll do our best so that if you wanted to replicate this character in your own home game, as a character, you could, and then as a villain, you go crazy and do whatever you want.
Okay.
So let's jump over to D&D Beyond, and I'm going to deactivate us here because my laptop is having fun. There we go. So we're here. We're on D&D Beyond. Sound off in the chat if you have any questions or ideas, or let us know if we are just sounding like garbage. So we put Mr. Wednesday here. So race for Mr. Wednesday. So like my gut says human, but I know that's clearly wrong because Asgardian is not an option, right?
Well, yeah.
So you could argue Azemar, right? There's an angelic piece to it, but
I like that.
A celestial piece. And I feel like nothing else really fits. So human kind of, because he looks like a human, right? So there's that.
Which in Azemar would look like a human.
That is also true, and would have that celestial bent. You could argue like
Turtle.
Yes, Kenku.
Kenku.
Lizard folk. Simic hybrid from Ravnica.
Ooh,
throw that in there. So I think I'm leaning towards Azemar as the closest.
Let's just see what else we have. I mean, elf maybe.
I mean.
Genasi.
Sure.
Maybe.
Yes, air Genasi.
An air Genasi.
You could even.
I'm just looking at options. I like Azemar.
You could slightly argue Changeling a little bit too, just from the appearance changes if you wanted to. That's more of a Loki. I feel like
that is more of a Loki.
Gith. Green, barely any nose.
Honestly, Goliath.
That I thought too, just because of the physicality.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's more. I feel like if we were doing Shadow, we'd go more like Goliath.
You're right.
Or half orc, or both.
Or both. He could be 2 races. It's fine.
He's a god. That's fine.
Yeah, let's do Azemar.
Let's go Azemar. Okay, so we're gonna pick Azemar. We have 4 options technically. We're gonna ignore variant Azemar because that's the Dungeon Master's Guide original version.
You don't like that one?
I don't think it works as well.
Okay.
And
I actually made a variant Azemar character one day.
I did as well, and for my Crystal Strahd campaign, and then it turned in. Then like a month after I made the character, then Volo's Guide came out.
Gotcha.
So I was like, cool, this is way better for me.
So probably not Scourge. What does Scourge get? I'm thinking not Fallen.
Scourge is charisma, obviously from Azemar. Constitution, and you can do that like unleash a radiant aura around you that just damages people, including yourself.
Including yourself.
Yes.
It hurts you too. Okay.
Which is an interesting concept. It's searing light radiates from around you, 10-foot radius. Creatures take damage equal to half your level rounded up. Creatures within 10 feet, yourself included, take damage for a minute.
Just around you?
Yeah, so 10-foot radius around you moves with you.
Okay.
Fallen gets the fear effect, strength, and the spooky wings, and Protector gets the angel wings. Yeah, flying.
Okay.
I mean, we could go variant.
What does variant get? They get spells, don't they?
They get
light,
daylight. They all get light. This one gets necrotic and radiant. Oh, basically you just get lesser restoration and daylight. That's basically what you get. But I don't know. You don't get like healing hands and a couple other things, which would take care of the limited healing ability that we know he has. We could just attribute that to like Azemar, healing hands. I'll have 12 points worth of healing that he could just touch somebody.
Does Odin heal people?
He can.
Mr. Wednesday?
Mr. Wednesday. I
don't think he does.
I don't remember.
He's a swindler.
He is a swindler, but I do think I mean...
Did he help Shadow?
He might have at like early on.
We should also preface, I haven't read the book in like 5 or 6 years. Yeah. It's been a while since you've read the book.
Yes.
And you didn't watch the show.
I did not watch
And I only watched season 1 of the show.
Did he heal anybody in season 1 of the show?
No, but he did. Gillian Anderson's character, Media.
Okay.
Had a bunch of like media zombies that were like following him around, and he like put his arms out and went kaboom, and like electricity came down from the ceiling and the sky. And I'm tired.
The world ceiling.
The world ceiling, sure. And zapped all of them dead.
Okay.
And that could be the radiant out.
Yeah.
That they do for the Scourge.
So I'm gonna say we're gonna go with Scourge.
Okay.
All right. D&D Beyond.
Wheel of Morality. Turn. Tell us the lesson we should learn.
Okay, hey, we got it. And just to tell us that we didn't need to choose anything. Thank you, D&D Beyond. All right, class. Now, we had some thoughts. We were talking about this. And we think there's a multi-class here. Because Odin. Right? So you've got clearly lightning.
Barbarian, kind of... And I don't mean like the barbarian class. I just mean like he's strong. He's like a warrior king.
He is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely, less Mr. Wednesday, more Odin, but like going into a rage and doing, causing havoc and murdering people that disagreed with what he had said and that kind of stuff. So I could see the rage as the barbarian thing. And like you said, we could do...
And in the show, he gets really upset with his son. Not Thor, another one.
There's a lot.
Yeah. In the show, he gets really upset with his son, and they have like a standoff in a rainy afternoon.
That's a bad choice for fighting Odin.
Yeah.
I mean, unless...
So I could definitely see that rage if we went barbarian.
So, and we also talked Storm Sorcerer, which is interesting because I don't see a lot in my play in general of Storm Sorcerers popping up too much.
Yeah?
And just in my general, what I've seen and what I've played around with. But it's good. I mean, it synergizes with Charisma, which we did give him from Azemar. So that the lightning magic seems like it should come from a Charisma-based source.
And what's the Storm Barbarian?
The Storm Herald?
Is that it? Yeah, Path of the Storm Herald. They also do because they get
an
lightning,
aura, kind of
aura of lightning.
Yep. Or
Desert, sea, or tundra. So we could choose sea to do 1d6 lightning damage.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, doing some extra damage to people in a radius around you, which would also kind of work on a thematic level of just like radiating lighting, because it's electrifying, his personality and his physicality. Really going for bad puns right now. All right, so we're going to say Barbarian, and we're going to say Storm Sorcerer. So we're going to want to do probably at least 3 levels of Barbarian, so we can get Storm Herald.
Yep.
And then we're going...
When do you get that? Level 3, yeah.
Yeah, so that's when you choose your path. So I don't know how deep we want to go down the Barbarian path. I mean, if we want to be optimized in this, you probably do 4 and 8, so you get the feats or the ability score improvements to give yourself boosts. But...
we could do 4 and take... Because he needs... Sorry, we were talking about taking Magic Initiate.
Yeah, I mean, we could just give him a bird.
We can just give him a bird. 2 birds. Can we give him 2 birds?
We can give him 2.
Okay.
We can give him 3 if you want.
3? No, that's
too much.
Completely ridiculous.
3 birds. 3 birds, I know. So we're going to give him at least 3 levels of Barbarian.
Could change.
Do we think his starting level should be Barbarian, though? Should he start as a Barbarian? Because that determines your skill proficiencies.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like he started as like a warrior fighter and got older. True. So maybe that's where we need to start.
Well, we're going to choose C, so we chose that. So we get 2 proficiencies. We get from this list of, I feel like athletics.
I was looking at animal handling and nature.
You think so? Huh.
I don't know.
No, I know. I could see that. I mean, you just have birds. We talked about the birds. And
they're more of familiars, but
yeah, no, I agree. You have shifted my opinion.
Fantastic.
Because he's yeah. I mean, we still have a background to gain some skills that way too. So do you think 3?
3's enough, but if we want to go for 4, what feats do we need? I guess I should look at feats. What feats are?
Well, there's really no Azemar feats, so we don't have to worry about racial stuff.
That's good. That's just more stuff to look at.
You could argue. Let's see. There really isn't any like charmer. Feat. There's actor, but that doesn't like you can mimic people.
I like alert because even when he's sleeping, he kind of knows what's going on.
Keeping one eye open, if you will.
Because the birds, like he can see through them and stuff, so that could work.
Okay.
Alert could work. This is fun.
See, this is why I do this because I really enjoy doing this myself in my own time. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna just, in the meantime, here I'm gonna choose.
And I think I want him to be a barbarian first, so that he can. Also have not armor, but wield a spear. Weapon proficiency.
So before we can choose anything for Storm Sorcerer, we have to choose ability scores because it's not going to let us. Because it's going to say you need to have 13 in this or whatever to hit multi-class.
Okay.
So he needs to have. So we've got 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8 as stats to distribute across for him.
Okay. Constitution is +1, and his strength is...
His charisma is a +2.
Charisma is a +2.
From his Azemar.
And we're going to go Sorcerer, right?
So we're going to want to put quite a bit here.
So maybe 14 into Charisma. Yep. I feel like he's robust. To 15 in Constitution is not a bad idea.
Okay.
But that doesn't help us multi-class.
No, so I think we need at least 13 in Strength to multi-class.
Okay.
So I think we're going to have to do that. Let's just double check if it'll let us multi-class now. It will. Okay, so we have
because I think Sorcerer requires
13 Charisma and 13 Strength for Bard.
Gotcha.
So we still have 12, 10, and 8 to spread between Dex, Intelligence, and Wisdom. We argued that he is pretty wise.
I would put the 12 in Wisdom.
So, and then we have 10 and 8.
He is wise, but how intelligent? Well, he's real smart.
He's a pretty good con artist.
He's real good.
I mean, it's again. I think this is a 10. That's average, but it is again, as I say in all of these. Like we're building a god.
Yep.
These should all at least probably be 18 to start, if not higher than that. I mean, just look up deities and demigods from 3.5 and look at Odin in there.
From 2.0 at AD&D.
It's like 30-something for half of his stats, and he's got
the avatars of the.
He's got 20 in multiple classes. So there's a reason why I don't think they've done that in 5th edition because it just doesn't fit into the concept of the way bounded accuracy and all that works. So I'm gonna.
How's our stream? Are we still in the?
Let's find out. We are still in the green.
Still in the green, okay.
It looks like we're still... Oh, wait, that's because I closed it. Here we go. We're fine. I think.
Yep.
There we go. All right, so we have and we have... you watching in the chat.
Yep, I'm in it.
That's okay. You know what? We're on an off time. We didn't give a ton of promotion. It's the middle of the afternoon.
It is the middle of the afternoon.
So people are still getting home from work.
It is what, like...
It's 5.
It's 5 here, so it's 2 o'clock. Eastern.
Yeah. No, it is.
Or Western.
Yeah, so people
Pacific.
are still at work, yeah.
Western. Gosh, you can tell I'm sleepy.
Yeah, that's fine. So we went with 8 levels in Sorcerer here. We're going to choose Storm Sorcerer. And again, if you're not watching live, this will be on YouTube. So,
it'll be on Twitch on a VOD.
That's also an option, yes. So we have to choose Meta Magic for the Sorcerer.
Oh.
So we only have 2 options. From... Careful, Distant, Empowered, Extended, Heightened, Quickened, Subtle, and Twinned.
Definitely subtle?
Yes, I would agree with that.
Okay.
Magic is very, it's like not there and then it is.
And then it is, yeah.
So I would agree with subtle spell. Now, I don't think careful.
Nope.
Maybe distant.
How far can he throw a spear? I keep thinking of the god Odin. I'm not thinking of Mr. Wednesday at all.
I know you're not. You're not.
In the show, does he make it in the book? Does he make his spear? Because in the show, in season 2, they're like trying to make his spear.
In the book?
No, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they stab.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay. And then the whole thing, they're going to throw it. He's going to throw that spear as like an offering. So, distant spell would work, I think.
Okay, you want to go with distant spell? Yeah, the other ones aren't.
The other ones just don't speak to me. That one I can make an excuse for it. So.
Okay. Well, you made an excuse, and we'll take it.
Okay.
But if you guys disagree,
let us know in the comments below.
In the comments or in the chat if you show
Blame Jordan. Hashtag
blame Jordan. All right, we'll start that. That's how we'll post this video. I'm sorry, Jordan was tired. He kept thinking of the god, not the character. Hashtag blame
Jordan. Why do you have him on your show?
So we have 3 ability score improvements or feats to use here.
3 ability score, okay.
So he's currently sitting at 16 charisma, 13 strength. We could raise some of those up a little bit if we wanted, or we could just go on the feat route and say like alert, because you could argue that Mr. Wednesday is powerful, but less powerful in the Mr. Wednesday form
yes, he is
than
less
in,
powerful as Mr.
in Odin.
Yeah.
You know? So he may not have like god level stats when he's in a human mortal body.
I think I'm becoming more familiar with the show because I've read the book such a long time ago that I'm getting the 2 confused. But there's definitely a lot of times where he's sleeping in the back of the car, but like something happens to Shadow driving and he's just awake and alert. So like I like alert because
you're on this alert kick, and I'm down with it. You're really
I really want to sell alert.
I'm down for there. Alert.
Bangarang. So everything's good now. We're fine.
Now we got 2 other ones to choose from.
Okay.
So, I mean, we could go just boost his charisma.
Yeah.
Push him up to 20.
Boost his charisma, boost his wisdom, because he's smart. Boost his intelligence, I guess.
All right, so let's go ability score improvement. We want to boost charisma by 2 to give him an 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make him playable.
Yes, make him a viable character choice. And then we have our secondary one here. We could boost charisma again to put him to 20. We could boost his strength. He's currently sitting at a 13.
Is there any other odd ones?
No, because it's standard array.
Okay.
We fixed the
15, right?
With the Constitution.
Give him and he's got, he's proficient in strength saving throws.
Yes, strength and Constitution. We could give him, a +2 wisdom. We could give him resilient wisdom. We could give him elemental adept lightning, so he ignores resistance to lightning damage.
Ooh, I like that.
And
because he's got special lightning.
Yeah, and all of his 1s on lightning damage are 2s.
Yeah.
So there we go. I think that works. And as a storm sorcerer in general, if you're gonna do that build, you want to find a way to get this feat, because this is gonna. Nothing is worse. Believe me, I had a character play a Phoenix sorcerer, and it's like. You have one job, and it's to sling fire, and if you encounter one thing that's resistance to that, you are just hampered. Or, God forbid, you come across an immune, like a demon, and you're like...
Well, this doesn't help with immunity, though.
No, but it does help with resistance. Yeah. So...
Because I'm playing a Dragon Sorcerer that's like going to be fire-based, and I took Magic Initiate, because it's awesome.
Yes.
Variant humans, guys.
Yes, they're pretty good.
They're the ones that you always take.
So, we have background to choose. So we can make up our own.
That's true.
And then just give him what we think he needs and choose from there. Or, I mean, you could argue that he is a charlatan.
Failed Merchant looks really nice.
Failed Merchant.
Entertainer.
Most of the charisma-based ones. Charlatan, because he's a con artist.
Yeah.
Criminal, because he's a con artist.
Yeah.
Failed Merchant, because he's a con artist. Yeah. You could argue Entertainer. You could argue Far Traveler. I mean, he's from another world, but I'm less fan of that. Do you want to do? You seem like you want failed merchant, which is a new one from Acquisitions
I
Incorporated.
know that is a new one. He's not a failed merchant.
He's not a failed merchant
at all. I just like that. I don't know why. That is not good for Mr. Wednesday. I gotta not just make a cool character, and I gotta build Mr. Wednesday.
This is why he's only on the show once. We'll see if next GenCon we can whip him into shape and get him into the mindset of building a character.
What we need to do next GenCon is you need to get another guest, and then I'll be in the background, and I'll just kind of like wave. Okay, like, oh, am I? Oh, not yet, Ted? Okay. I'll just stay back here. Call me when you need me. I'm ready.
Oh, I love it.
Fighting for you, buddy.
Yeah, there we go.
Charlatan, though.
I think Charlatan, right?
That works really well.
That seems to be the best choice for him. That'll give him just to remind us. That'll give him.
Where does that one from?
That's base.
That's base.
That's
okay.
disguise kit, forgery kit, deception, sleight of hand.
He wears the disguise.
False identity.
This
is all. Yeah, this is Major Player's Handbook, Jordan.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well, so I bought everything from D&D Beyond. Well, most things.
Sure.
I'm missing all the backgrounds from the adventures, Tomb of Annihilation, because I didn't buy the adventures.
Right.
But recently, I bought everything on D&D Beyond.
What I did mostly was buy the magic items from the different books.
And that's what I want to do. Is I'm thinking I should go through and I want to buy the backgrounds and the magic items from the different books.
I think some of them you can leave behind. Like some of the books are not there's nothing really super great to grab in some cases. Yeah. But I do really like.
But I like the archaeologist.
That's actually I just built a character who is an archaeologist, but he's
Indiana Jones.
No, he's actually yes, but he's undead focused because he liked to go and research old things in old tombs. And he found I went with a Jurgle. The god, but not the new Jurgle.
The weaker one,
the ones that are all about scribing who's gonna die and when.
Yeah.
He fell into it was in a Jurgle temple, fell underneath and found scrolls and stuff for the old Pallid Mask, who were the commanders who fought with undead and were all physical based. So he's a bone knight fighter. So that's an Eberron,
cool.
An Eberron thing, but is basically. Commander of undead. He has undead companions.
I like it.
But he's not super goth edgelord type guy. He's just these are just tools. They help me do my thing. So
101 hit points. I guess he's level 12.
Yeah. So let's take a look at our character as we have him thus far, and then we can add in any little items and things we want to add in. So our stats across the board, 13, 8, 16, 10, 12, 18. Still a viable character to use as it stands right now, if you wanted to. A little bit unconventional, but if he's not that, then I don't know.
But you got health, and you've got charisma, and you've
got advantage on dex saves, you can see, with danger sense.
Right. And I was just saying you're proficient with con saves, which helps with a lot of the spells that you're take
a plus 7 for concentration checks is huge.
That's awesome.
You got strength saves, which no one's going to expect you, the sorcerer slinger of lightning, to be like, oh yeah, I'm proficient in strength saves, don't worry.
Don't worry.
But
I bench.
Yeah, advantage on your dex saves, which is nice. We've got animal handling, deception, nature, sleight of hand. So it's actually a pretty interesting spread on his skills to cover most ability scores, right?
Yeah.
That's wisdom, charisma, intelligence, and dex. We're not really funneling him into one specific area. He's got resistance to lightning, necrotic, radiant, and thunder damage.
Nice.
So that's a pretty decent, boost to that.
So that's the Azemar and the Storm Sorcerer.
And the Storm Sorcerer.
Okay.
He has only 8 dexterity, but he's a 4 initiative because of alert.
Yes.
So he is immune.
Which would have been a 5 if it wasn't for that -1.
Yeah. So he is immune to surprise as long as he's conscious. And we can take a look at our features here. We have Rage, our Barbarian Rage, +2 damage melee weapons with strength. 3 Prolonged Rest. That's a bonus action to activate. I'm just texting, no one important. We have Unarmored Defense, which is 10 plus Dex plus Con, which is currently at 12. So, something. His Dex is hampering his Unarmored Defense.
Yeah.
He can recklessly attack.
But he could wear armor, right?
He can wear armor.
Yeah.
We give him hide armor or
totally
something
give
like
him
that.
some armor.
And he has the Storm Herald path, like we talked about, which means he can, as a bonus action, when he rages, and as a bonus action on each of his turns, he can basically continue to expel this aura that currently does 1d6 damage to a creature of his choice within 10 feet. They have to make a dex save, DC 15, or take half damage on us.
No, he's level 12, so it does 2d6.
I think, no, it's level 10 in a barbarian.
Oh, you have to be a level 10 barbarian. Okay.
Yeah, so
or level 6 barbarian.
Level 6 barbarian. Yeah.
No, 10.
10
yeah.
barbarian. Yeah.
Haha, I can read.
We gave him Storm Sorcery.
It's not like a cantrip.
Yes. So he can speak, read, and write Primordial. It's the language of the elements. That kind of makes sense.
Could be the old language.
Yeah, Old Norse or whatever.
Yeah.
The old
Mr. Wednesday. Going back to Mr. Wednesday.
Yes, going back to the character.
That we're trying to build for, not just a cool character. And
as a bonus action, he can do that little gust and fly thing when he casts a spell, first level or higher. 8 sorcery points to fuel his meta magic, which are subtle and distant spell. He has Heart of the Storm, so resistance to lightning and thunder, like we said. When he casts a spell of first level or higher that deals lightning or thunder damage, he can choose creatures of his choice within 10 feet, and they just take 4 lightning or thunder damage, our choice, which with Elemental Adept will probably likely be lightning, so that way we can get by resistance if most things that are resistance to thunder are usually resistant to lightning too. And then he has this Storm Guide thing, which is our weather manipulation.
Yes, which is something in the books, I believe.
Yeah, so if it's windy, he can cause it to change the direction. He can make it stop raining, and all that kind of stuff, which is a very flavorful thing that fits the character very well. So that is basically it. We have our Healing Hands ability as Azemar. He can cast Light as a cantrip for free. He can just touch somebody once as an action to give them 12 hit points. He can see in the dark, and he can do that Radiant Consumption where creatures within 10 feet of him, himself included, take 12 radiant damage, and then you take half of the radiant damage. You take 6.
Oh, okay.
They take 12.
Every turn?
Every turn for a minute.
Wow.
If they're within 10 feet of you, yeah.
Wow. So it just burns you
up.
Oh, no,
alive. I'm sorry. I misread. What it is while this is up, any attack or spell you do does an extra 12 radiant damage on top of whatever it normally does. And creatures within 10 feet of you take 6 radiant damage.
Including you.
Okay. So, yeah, I forgot that's all of the Azemar abilities, when you activate them and you attack, they deal extra damage equal to your character level on any spell or attack you do.
Okay.
So, like, something like this, which when we get to Lightning Bolt, if you hit somebody with a Lightning Bolt, it does 12 extra damage.
Okay. But to one person.
No. To one target. You're right. So extra radiant damage to one target.
But still, you're hitting somebody with a lightning bolt. You're doing 36 damage or something, and then plus an extra 12. That's a lot. And then, so much so that I can't do the math in my head.
And then if they're within 10 feet of you, they're going to just take constant radiant damage. Which I also think is pretty cool, is because it's not...
No, I like that. It like burns you up. That's cool.
Well, I like it because it's not concentration. So if you go down, your body is still burning things around you.
Do you take death saves?
You would fail a death save.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think it goes away when you...
No, it doesn't. I don't think it says it goes away when you go unconscious. Well, look it up right now. Hang on. We're totally building a character, not just debating mechanics of Dungeons & Dragons right now. Let's see. Or lasts for 1 minute or until you end it as a bonus action.
Wow.
So you can literally burn yourself up.
But that's scary, because, like, could you not... I mean,
if you're unconscious, you can't turn it off.
You can't turn it off, yeah.
So it lasts. So I didn't even think about it in your perspective. I like that, like, I'm fighting the bad guy, I go down, and I'm still hurting them as long as I'm close to them, but I'm also slowly burning myself up.
Slowly taking death saves.
Yeah, one death save a turn.
Plus the one you have to roll.
Yep.
I don't like it.
Auto-failed death saves.
That's fun.
All or nothing. That's how we're going to look at that. So, him being a spellcaster, though, normally, if this was a martial character, we'd be done. Mm-hmm. But we got to pick spells. But he's a sorcerer, so that means it's going to be quick, because it's like 10. It's not even 10 spells. It's probably like 7 spells. So let's start with cantrips. Obviously, we know we get 9 spells. It was close. 9 spells total from 1st through 5th. 4th level. And we have 5 cantrips to pick from.
Okay.
So, obviously, we're going to probably want to take Shocking Grasp, because we want our lightning.
We're doing the lightning stuff, yeah. Lightning Lure could be good, too.
Lightning Lure could be one that we can add in. Lightning Lure. What else? Friends?
Friends, yeah. I was just thinking Friends.
Friends, for sure.
Which is the worst cantrip, but it's good for the character.
It's so bad. Like, it's not a good one to have. We could look at Gust, Thunderclap, Minor Illusion, maybe? Message? Brain sending powers?
Minor illusion.
Yeah? Are you're questioning?
I'm trying to... He's...
We could try... Well, like I said, Thunderclap is an option.
Not Booming Blade, but Thunderclap, yeah. Because he's got like a booming voice or something, and we could flavor it like that.
Oh, do we have access to... We don't have access to Thaumaturgy, the one that makes your voice loud.
Yeah, no.
Which is unfortunate. So
unless we take Magic Initiate.
We already went past our ability squares. Unless the chat says we should take Magic Initiate.
And the chat says?
Nothing.
Technical difficulties.
That's what it says. I mean, we could do Gust for some wind.
Gust could work. Trying to make Minor Illusion work in my head, and I just can't. Or Dancing Lights. I
don't know.
No. Blade Ward? He's kind of a chicken. He lets other people fight for him.
You have Blade Ward?
You know, like he...
Yeah, no, you're right. He's not... Which is kind of a funky thing, given the overall power level that he has.
Yeah.
He's just...
But in America, he's weaker.
Yes.
And I think he knows that he's weaker against the new gods.
Yes.
So...
It's a very... If you haven't
it's a good show.
If you
it's
haven't
a
seen
great
or
book.
read it, you should definitely check it out. Especially if you're going to do the audiobook, like I do a lot of the time. The 10th anniversary edition is interesting because it has different voice actors.
Oh, that's
It's not
cool.
just one actor.
Yeah.
So, like... Shadow's wife and Shadow are different voice, different people, and like Spider Guy.
Anansi.
He's a different actor.
Okay.
So it's all like it's different people, so you get different voice. I think even Odin or Mr. Wednesday may be a different voice. Mm-hmm. So like had a whole cast, which was
that's really cool. That's the way to do audiobooks, honestly. That's awesome.
If you can do it, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that it makes it more like an audio drama, almost like a radio show. So we have 9 spells to split between 4 levels. The Sorcerer's ever-present issue. The fact that Rangers have more spells than you at level 20.
Really?
Yeah, Rangers get like 17 or something.
Wow.
And Bards get 20, 22.
Yeah, but they're full casters.
I'm not, and I'm not
Ranger's not a full caster, but...
No, but they still get more.
Yeah,
and I'm not
crazy.
counting Bard's magical secrets. They just get 22 base plus... another 6.
Okay.
So, like, why you hate sorcerers, wizards?
What, Watsy?
What's going on? Why?
We know you're watching.
Clearly. Why do they get so few? Why is your half caster got more spells known than your full caster? And
probably because they have 5 cantrips.
And don't forget that all of the new rangers get an extra bonus spell per level.
Yep.
So they get even more.
Yep.
And the sorcerers get none.
That they have always prepared. That doesn't count against their
Yep. So
who knows?
Yeah, so let's pick some spells. So we've got 4 levels to go through, which is the problem. And
should we start at level 4 and go back?
Yeah, we could do that. That may be better for us because we don't want to have because he has magic and they're very limited. Unfortunately, too, there's not a lot of lightning spells. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He got Lightning Bolt. He got
the 2 cantrips we took.
Shatter and Thunder Wave. We got what do we got here? We can look at. We got Storm Sphere.
We can filter.
We could. Can you filter by lightning?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Absorb elements: Chain Lightning, Chaos Bolt, Chromatic Orb, Dragon's Breath, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Lure, Prismatic Spray is lightning.
It can do lightning.
Oh, it can do lightning, but we don't like that. Storm Sphere, Witch Bolt.
I was thinking Storm Sphere as our 4th level because that's a high-powered. Also, I was thinking Storm Sphere and Polymorph.
Polymorph. Why?
I don't know. I guess I'm thinking of it more. Maybe I'm thinking more of just like a disguised self, kind of a charlatan-y thing.
Yeah.
But that's not. I guess it doesn't really. There's no animal transformations, so Polymorph wouldn't work. I'm mixing it up in my head.
Enter Sandman.
Yeah, I have a lot of custom spells.
Okay, custom spells.
Yes, so you have to ignore those.
Okay.
You'll see a bunch. That's a high-level sleep spell, 4th-level sleep spell.
Well, let's just go through Thunderstep.
Ooh, Thunderstep teleportation and thunder damage.
And making lots of noise.
Yep, that's
like
a good one. So we might look, if we scroll up here.
Lightning Bolt.
Lightning Bolt, we had said that's kind of going to be your mainstay for your damage.
Charm person, definitely. I know we're jumping
That's
ahead,
okay. We could jump all over the place. That's fine.
I'm just thinking out loud.
Suggestion.
Charm person.
Charm person. We got a first level. We could scroll down here and we'll get suggestion, which is second. You could argue detect magic, but it seems like a waste on a sorcerer.
A little bit. Should we filter by thunder?
We could try that. There's Thunder Wave. That's a booming one. We could add that. So where are we at right now? We've got a couple of spells here. So for first level, we've got Charm Person and Thunder Wave. We've got Suggestion for second, Lightning Bolt, Thunderstep for third, and Storm Sphere for fourth. So we still have 3 left.
So we could do Thunder Wave or Shatter. Shatter doesn't seem to.
No, Shatter doesn't make noise technically.
Oh, really?
It doesn't. It's vibration.
Oh, vibration.
I mean, it's the optimizer in me is like, well, shield and mage armor, but that's not really him.
Is there any weather controlling spells that we could give him?
Not, I don't think at this level.
Okay.
Most of the weather controlling stuff is much higher.
Detect thoughts?
Yeah. Detect thoughts works.
I think detect thoughts enhance ability.
To just boost your general.
Boost himself or his friends.
Yep.
Feels like a.
Levitate, Mind Spike, See Invisibility, Clairvoyance, Blink. I'm trying to think if there's any like Dispel Magic-y stuff happening or Counterspell. I can't think of any instance where he kind of just like stops somebody else from doing something.
No, he's not.
Oh, wait, where is it? Is it a 4th level or is it a 2nd level? I can't remember. Or maybe it's, oh, you know what? It might not be a sorcerer spell. Fast Friends from Acquisitions Incorporated.
Oh, yeah, it might not be a sorcerer spell.
There's Incite Greed.
I like that, actually.
Yeah, I want to add that one. Here we go, Incite Greed. I think that's our last one. It is.
Oh, sweet.
So we'll go through our spells real quick. Blade Ward, Friends, Lightning Lure, Shocking Grasp, and Thunderclap. Charm Person, Thunder Wave. Detect Thoughts, Enhance Ability, Suggestion. Incite Greed, Lightning Bolt, Thunderstep, and Storm Sphere.
I like it.
I think it's a pretty decent blend of abilities. We want to add, we wanted to give him some armor, and we wanted to give him a spear. That was one of the main things we wanted to give him. So, because that's an accurate thing. So let's go ahead and open this up.
Dope magical spear, too.
Yeah, so let's just type in spear, and we'll see the pitiful amount of magic spears that exist in Dungeons & Dragons. There you go, all 10 of them.
All 10 of them. Spear.
And one of those is made up by me.
Oh.
The Durkercraft one in the middle, that was made by me. So, we got like...
What does a blood spear do?
That is a Curse of Strahd spear. It's a life-stealing spear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, made in... you can see all the Balinok Mountains.
Well, so how many spoilers can I give?
We spoiled the big one right out the gate. I guess spoil away.
Because he's reforging this spear to use it as a sacrifice, as an instrument to sacrifice someone.
There you go.
And that like act reinvigorates him. So the blood spear. So that's where my reasoning is going.
So let's look at the blood spear here. So that is when you hit with a melee attack with this magic spear and reduce the target to 0 hit points, you gain 2d6 temporary hit points, which is exactly what you're talking about. So let's go ahead and add the blood spear. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into D&D Beyond, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to customize it. And what I'm going to do is going to add to hit bonus of 3, and I'm going to add a damage bonus of 3. So we've essentially made it a +3 blood spear. And if we equip that, I think is it attunement?
Yep.
It is, so we'll attune it. And now if we go here, we can see our blood spear has a thrown range of 2060. +8 to hit, does d6 +4 damage, because his strength's not too great, even with the +3. But if he kills somebody with it, he gets some vitality. So that works very well into the theme that we have going on. Oh, I don't think we're gonna add them in. Oh, you know what we can do?
Armor?
We can do armor, and we can do this. We can add the Figurine of Wondrous Power, Silver Raven.
Yes.
And we'll just add 2 of those.
Oh, okay.
So now he has that, which basically gives you a familiar, essentially, but with a magic item. So that answers that one. And we need some armor. Now, how do you want to do armor? Because he's a barbarian, so he's only going to have medium armor proficiency.
Ooh.
And
he's got a -1. Okay, right now his con is helping out his armor, right?
Correct, yeah. So if we give him armor, he's going to lose that con bonus.
Maybe we don't give him armor, because...
We could give him a shield, but I don't
He's
really
not wearing... He doesn't wear a shield. He's just got his
suit.
Coat, his suit, yeah.
We could give him bracers of defense,
something
like
that.
We could rename it as like 3-piece suit of defense.
3-piece suit of defense.
So here we go, bracers of defense. And just for you here, we'll call it. We'll go right here. Rename 3-piece suit of defense. Go down here. Add it in. Now his AC is 14, and he's got his blood spear. He's got his magics, his weather control abilities. He can burn himself alive by accident, which he just thought about. Could kill himself if he wanted to.
I was like, there's got to be errata about that, but we're technically doing D&D Beyond,
the most errata thing,
that has it all caught up. So,
yeah, I mean it's interesting because, like if you had a persistent spell that somehow existed after you fell unconscious, and that was up, you could technically still do the increased damage, I think, because it just does it to one person. It's not like it just happens.
Yeah.
So theoretically, you could be boosting your damage while unconscious if it's a spell that's not concentration when you go on.
But there's no spell that operates like that, I don't think.
I guess there might not be. I'm trying to think if there is one.
Like any spell that would be persistent would have concentration, and you would lose concentration when you fall unconscious.
Yeah, the only one I can think of that I'm thinking of right now is like spiritual weapon, but that doesn't matter because you have to force something to attack. So, I don't know. I'm gonna find one. I'm gonna find one after this.
I'm gonna build another character.
Yeah, but the way this one's gone, we'll see. We shall see. So I don't think, and the chat is, eerily silent because we realize that everybody's still at work.
Yep.
Or here at the con, not paying attention to
of course
stream.
Not. We've got stuff to do. Why would we watch these guys?
But
or Jordan's on. Why? No.
Yeah.
More Ted, less Jordan.
I don't think anybody's ever said that. But what do you think?
I like it a lot. I actually would play this character. I like themed characters a lot, and this is a themed character with the lightning and the thunder, and so yeah, I think this would be fun.
Listen, and again, as I say with all of these, if you're gonna do this character at your table, we built him this way. You could obviously change it, but if you want to do the same thing and you say you roll stats, and you roll really good, you could be this character even better by slotting stats into the right place.
And ideally, I know we have like 4 levels in Barbarian, but like you're going to be casting cantrips for the most part.
Yeah.
And like raging when it's theatrically appropriate.
Or when you're about to get crushed and you're like, I really could use resistance to bludgeoning damage.
And then you'll start getting temporary hit points with your spear and things,
Yeah, and you'll be radiating out the lightning damage, so you could do persistent damage. And you could reckless attack with your spear if you wanted to get advantage. But you're still kind of squishy-ish.
Yeah, with a 14 AC.
Yeah. Again,
and that's being generous, giving him...
a 3-piece suit of defense.
The 3-piece... 3-piece suit of defense. I almost couldn't say it.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you wanted to not be so specific to this and you wanted to make it a little bit better, take shield, right? Bump yourself up to 19.
Oh, the spell shield, yeah.
You know what I mean? Or a shield, too, if you really wanted. Yeah. You could give yourself 16.
Yeah.
But you lose the that two-handed spear, D8 plus 4 damage. You'd be down to a D6.
Sweet D8.
Yeah, D8s are where it's at, so... All right, I think that's going to be it. I will export this character. I will drop the character sheet in the folder so you can go and check out Mr. Wednesday for yourself. And then, yeah, I'll be back next week. Yep, next week with whatever the next episode is of It Builds Character. I don't know off the top of my head. Oh, look. We have a viewer in the chat.
Hello.
Hello, people. Everybody's getting home from work.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Hello.
So we are here at GenCon. I have my chat. My chat bot is double posting, which is great. So here, let me pull up the list so you guys can see what the next build is. Here.
IBC.
Here we go. Next build is jumping way down here. Wargreymon, the Digimon. That's the next character that I have to build.
Is it a character in Digimon or a Digimon?
It is a Digimon. It is. So I don't know how familiar you are with Digimon. They digivolve, right?
okay.
So like a Pokemon evolves and they stay in that form.
Yes.
A Digivolve is like a temporary thing. They can build up and then they go back down. So almost like going like Super Saiyan. You get stronger and you use up your power and you go back down to your base level.
I literally thought it was the dumbest thing until you said it. It's like they go Super Saiyan, and then I'm like, oh, you're right. That makes so much sense now.
So they would go stronger.
But then they power back down.
Yeah. So
afterwards.
Like Agumon,
they have to eat a bunch of rice really fast.
Yeah, basically yes. Yeah.
And like.
So I think it's Agumon, who's like the yellow dinosaur one, the common one that people know of. Like his higher Digivolve is like a big T-Rex with like a helmet and big claws. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but that was a suggestion. So I added. Also, I want to point out to. I want to say it's a passion fruit on YouTube. Look down here, right here at the bottom.
John Wick. Oh my god.
Sasuke from Naruto.
Yeah.
You've been asking me constantly. I want it on the record in a video with a witness that I've added Sasuke here.
I see it.
And I just got a request to add Batman. So I'm adding
You've
Batman.
never done Batman?
I have not done Batman. No one has asked me to do Batman.
You could do like 12 Batmans. Like, are you doing Adam West Batman? Are you doing Christian Bale?
I don't know. They didn't specify or respond to their email, but a big long list about like why they think Batman would be a good character to build. And I was like, you could have just said Batman. I would have been fine with it. He's a human. He's a human with martial arts train. Like he is a buildable character. You're not like build Superman, and I'm like,
well, and that's the joke at our table is that like isn't every character you build Batman? Because
theoretically
a lot of people are like, I build this really awesome character. His parents died, and like he's edgy, but he's like super strong. It's like, oh, so you built Batman again, and you're like, oh man, I did build Batman again.
So we've got like you can see in the future here, we've got Bugs Bunny.
So are you doing that in February of 2020?
That's how far out we are.
Wow. And this was a special one, American Gods, yeah.
Yeah, you're off to the side here.
Yeah. Special, GenCon. Shadow Moon.
We could actually technically put you in here, but we're on a Friday. So, then I've got Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho. We got Ben 10. We got a Bionicle character, a Disney villain.
Jacked.
Yep, I got Percy Jackson in here.
Okay, you could pretty much use Mr. Wednesday.
Mr. Wednesday. That was sort of like when I built Samson last week as like the biblical hero. It was like a list name at the character from Berserk, then just give him a flail, and then you have the same character. Dante from Devil May Cry. We got a character from Dune in here. We got a character build, the luckiest man alive, build a halfling that's all based on luck. That's just like as much rerolls and boosted stats
that you can get.
And those are probably my favorite when I get a suggestion like that, because then I have full creativity. Like, no one can tell me like you didn't do,
Bugs Bunny,
Marcus the Centaur from Marvel Comics the correct way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's
John Wick wouldn't have the initiative or the alert feat. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
You give John Wick animal handling? What's wrong with you? Like, so Sasuke will be interesting, but I think I'm going like.
Have you done Naruto?
I have not.
Okay.
What we did one time, which was cool, was I built Captain America and I built Iron Man.
Yeah.
And then I had him fight.
Nice.
We did Civil War, but. Spoiler alert for the 30-minute video, Captain America just floored Iron Man.
Oh, wow.
Because the character, I built them all out, and like they got one turn in combat, but the first round, Captain America was a fighter.
Yeah.
And he did action surge,
attacks.
and he did 6 attacks in a row, and he just like bing, bing. And I could picture it. But in this case, I had to limit the playing field, because I was like, Iron Man would just fly up and just rain hell down on Captain America and win.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't make the fight, I can't let you fly too high out of here, otherwise the fight's going to suck.
Yep.
Which is how it would... But like if you were trapped in there,
a lot,
I am. So we're just gonna have on the microphone. But yeah, you would just. It was basically that first round was just 6 shield attacks immediately right after another, and Iron Man was like starting to power down.
Yeah.
I think did like high level magic missile because I built him as an artificer.
Okay.
But I built his like the old version, which I would love to actually go back and rebuild him as the new version. and update all this.
So Iron Man was an artificer?
Yeah, so I made it with the old version because he made all of the armor, but rather than the mechanical companion they got, I made that his armor. So he would go inside the companion and would give him all of the spells and everything came out of the armor.
This is a little known, maybe I'll tweet this, but this is a little known Jordan video that way early on, I was like, I want to build like character concepts, and I built Iron Man.
Did you?
But mine was a fighter warlock because the repulsor beams were Eldritch Blasts, and then he could fly by casting Fly, and then we gave him like plate mail because he started out as fighter, so he could wear armor.
Interesting.
So that was how I did it.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll tweet that and be like, here's a really hidden old video of mine.
Yeah, we had done. Yeah, we had made him an art. Like all of the abilities came from the armor, so like he couldn't cast it. So like the armor gave him boosted. Like it was obviously a custom magic item.
Yeah, yeah.
The armor gave him boosted strength. So like if he was fighting and punching with the armor, it was increased damage. And we gave him like magic missile to replicate the flares from the first movie, or not the flares. The like insta kill shot where like everybody's in, he's like and everyone dies. I think we gave him because the artificer there could have firebolt, so he had firebolt as like the repulsor beam, and we made him the gunsmith artificer, so that thunder cannon was the chest beam. So like we boosted it all. We just took what was there and just kind of crushed it into an Iron Man shell.
That's cool.
And we gave it like he had like necklace of adaptability in the suit, so he could breathe anything and go into space or whatever else. But yeah, if I had made it like free range, then he would have just flown up 120 feet out of shield range and just blew him up. I was like, that's boring.
Yep.
I guess getting beat in the first round is also boring.
Which is why in the movie they were indoors, so Iron Man couldn't fly away.
Right. Yep. There you go.
There you go. Again. That's it.
But I would like to rebuild him with the new artificer rules. Try to do the same build, but see how much better he is.
Yeah.
And then maybe if I could convince my friends, redo the fight and see who would win now.
We have an artificer in my Saltmarsh campaign, and it's really
which
fun.
One are they doing?
He went the alchemist route, which is the one I think is the most interesting.
Interesting.
A lot of people disagree with me, but like I think that one is really cool. And he agreed. Well, my player agreed. He thinks it's really cool because he's playing it.
Sure.
But yeah, he's got his little flying homunculus that spreads temporary hit points over people and flavors it all weird and funny, and it's kind of interesting.
I built I built mine for a different. I'm going to deactivate this so we can just while we're just talking here, we're not just talking heads in the corner here. We can be a bigger video, maybe, if this is going to work. We'll find out. Maybe, probably not. Okay, here we go. Activate. There we go.
Hey, there we are.
Yeah, so I built mine. I did the artillerist, but I made him Bob Ross. So all of his magic came from his painting supplies. So, he would paint, take a little cadmium red, and a little, cadmium yellow, and he'd swirl it all up, and then fireball.
Okay.
And his shield was a palette.
Okay.
And his wand was a brush.
See, I like themed characters a lot, and reflavoring. Like the mechanics can be exactly the same, but I was talking about this in a video. If you have a conjuration wizard, maybe shield is you literally conjuring like a giant frying pan that stops the attack, and then it disappears right after that.
Sure.
But the idea that you're conjuring something to stop that, it's not a conjuration spell.
Right, but you're making it.
That's the type of magic you do.
Sure.
And I love that. I love flavoring funny things like that and just being awesome.
I had a wand of viscid globs from Out of the Abyss. So he would take a little phthalo blue, a little sea green, and he'd whip up a little glob of paint and just flick it at him and then stick him to the wall.
Nice.
I ruined Celeste's whole dungeon that way.
Really?
Because they was these big mechanical bull almost Gorgon type creatures we were supposed to fight, and one of them I saw move a little bit, so I stuck it into the wall. And they can't break out if they fail to save. That's how that wand works. They're just stuck. They're restrained.
And they don't get another saving throw?
For an hour.
For an hour. Holy cow.
But the save's not high, but they were mechanical statues.
Yeah.
So I just stuck them all in the corner, and they were just for an hour. And I was like, all right, well.
We've got an hour, guys. Let's walk by.
Happy little accidents.
Happy little accidents. That's fun. Very fun.
So anyway, that was a long rant about not related to It Builds Character at all.
Yeah, but
it's,
you give the people what they want,
exactly.
Clearly.
So
and they want us chatting.
They all a couple of them definitely do.
Oh yeah, it's great.
So thank you for being on the show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yes, this is awesome. I
feel reinvigorated. I was so tired when we started.
You seem much more awake.
I'm quite. Maybe my beer's wearing off.
That could be it. That could be it. Yeah. Well, I know you were a big fan of the Doctor Strange video. So that was cool to have.
I tune in every once in a while.
I know, well, it's probably also because I have a very inconsistent schedule. Because sometimes this is a stream that I do and it's just me.
Yeah.
So if I need to cancel something for some reason, I can just cancel it because I'm only I'm not letting down 4 players.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or people aren't showing up at my house to find out I can't play. So.
Doctor Strange is my favorite.
I know that's
Avenger.
True.
So, Marvel superhero.
That's awesome. So
I was excited for that one.
Yeah, no, I think he came out pretty well. I'd be interested. Like I said, I build all these characters and they just sit in a folder. Yeah. I'd love to get them out there and have people actually do something with it.
Well, you should write a wonky one shot where Doctor Strange, Mr. Wednesday, the Juggernaut, and Bugs Bunny are in a room together and they have to figure out an adventure. That's a show.
That is a show. You're right. That's all right. Stay tuned for that in the near future, folks. That'll be coming Christmas 2019. We'll see if I can write something between now and Christmas.
And then literally here's the 17 characters you guys can pick from, and they
see. I did stuff like that in the past. I had a really cool. I used to run a Buffy the Vampire Slayer campaign. Mm-hmm. And I wanted a fun break from the adventure, but also to explain why events that happened in the show were happening and why their characters weren't stopping it. So I had them get sucked into a video game.
Ooh.
And it was a brand new crazy collaboration between Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. And they were going to bring an adventure game where anything from any of their properties were playable. And I had a list of every character. And I was like, who do you want to be? And I let my players pick. And then I had all the enemies from all the different games.
Yeah.
So we had, I think it was Dante from Devil May Cry, Link, Tommy Vercetti from Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Lara Croft, and Isaac from Golden Sun.
Yes.
Versus and then they were fighting Bowser, Pac-Man Ghosts, Diablo from the Diablo series of games. It was a pretty good time.
That sounds awesome.
So we should definitely.
That was 5e?
No, that was Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the role-playing game.
They're the cinematic uni system. So everything is designed in that one to be a TV show.
Okay.
So things are supposed to be dramatic and over the top, and you have literal things called drama points to make things more dramatic. So that was a very easy system to build stuff in. So, but yeah, I should definitely do that, and I will consider you because I know I'll have Doctor Strange if I do this.
I like it.
So yeah, we'll have to work on that.
I'm just saying that could be.
No, it could definitely be a good piece of content.
Why not? Yeah, and then you have all these silly characters together.
That's actually to the point where we've added that in as a potential thing that happens if people donate and we have that reliquary thing activate. It's one of the characters from the show shows up.
Oh,
in what aspect we don't know.
Is that in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it could be a more devilish character and they're a villain now.
Yeah.
Screw the party over. But it could be I don't know. It could be Shrek. And he's why are you in my swamp? You know what I mean? Or it could be Tingle from Legend of Zelda and he just shows up and balloons appear everywhere. And he's just
Wah! And he's gone.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, again, that was a long little rant at the end there. This turns you know what? We still kept it under an hour.
Okay, we're doing good.
And my wife is calling me, so that's a good time to end it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll see you later.
We'll see you next time.